Hi, Derek. Hi, friends. Okay. Whew. Here we are. The last Mystic live. Wow. Hi, Brandon. This is crazy, and I'm like in my feelings over it. So hi, Sparky. Hi to everyone. How's everyone doing? I love you guys. Thank you for tuning in. Now that we have a couple people on here, I'm going to remind you guys that we are talking about Goodbye today. The video for Goodbye just came out on Friday. It is the final video from the Mystic 12-part video series creating our short film. So if you have any questions about Goodbye or Mystic in general, comments or concerns, go ahead and send them in so I have something to talk about, because otherwise I just have to ramble at the camera, which I hate. So first of all, someone asked how I'm doing. I'm doing okay. I'm pretty sad about this Mystic thing, being over. I'm kind of in my feelings. But yeah, I think that the end though was insane. I really love it, and I hope you guys understood it and loved it too. I'm really proud of it. So again, if you have any questions about Goodbye or Mystic in general, please send them in, because otherwise I just have to talk at you, and I hate that. Hi everyone, I'm seeing all the nice things you guys are saying, and I really appreciate it, but I'm not going to read compliments out loud because it's weird. So what is Goodbye about? So Goodbye can be interpreted two ways. Like, you could say it's a suicide note, which I think is very literal, or really for me it's a goodbye to my past life. And I always say you can kill yourself without killing yourself. You can kill a part of yourself or a version of yourself, and that's really what I did with Goodbye. It is me leaving that darkness I lived in for so long. Is there a video that combines all the videos into the short film? There will be. You'll see. All right, here we go. Hi, Shauna. What's my favorite song on Mystic? The House Above the World. I think it's the best song I've ever written and recorded. When's the Mystic points and follows the girl? When the Mystic points and follows the girl, it's as if the Mystic is controlling the girl, or that she's the girl that she's with the girl every step of the way. She's never by herself. I think that's a good observation. I think that there are a couple messages there. First of all, you'll notice inevitably that the girl and the Mystic are both played by me, and yes, they are they are two separate characters, but the reason I play them both is because the only person who can save you ultimately is yourself, and that's like the message there. But also the girl following the Mystic's instructions in that moment is really this symbol of the girl finally receiving and taking help and accepting help. So that's kind of like, those moments are really important. With you stating I have Mystic to prove for it, does this also mean you're saying I now have my own Mystic, so I'm not alone? And Mystic is very literally mystic, right? But it's also like kind of like an oracle for me, because it's like the third chapter, Oxygen, the last 4 songs really are predicting what I'm going to go through as I go through recovery. I really haven't achieved Grow Old yet. I haven't fully achieved Goodbye yet. Pick Out a Cloud I'm still working on. And I Still Hope That You're Okay is probably the only one I feel like I've kind of gotten to yet. So when I say my TED Talk, which is out now, Mackenzie Nicole's Mystic, Mackenzie Nicole's Mental Health Odyssey, you can see it on the TED Talk channel on YouTube. I really love it. I'm really proud of it. Please go check that out. It's only like 16 minutes, and I think it's really good. It has like acoustic performances of songs from Mystic, so it's good. Mystic for me is I at a time when I thought nothing of myself, and I still kind of do, I have really low self-esteem, and thought I couldn't do anything worthwhile. Suddenly I made this album, and I loved it, and I thought it was beautiful, and I thought it was important. And if I can do something and make something that I think is good, then maybe some piece of me is good and worthwhile also. So that's what I mean by I have Mystic to show for it. So I watched all the videos in order today. After all that you and the girl went through, was it hard to say goodbye and have it come to an end? Yeah. As I said in my post a couple days ago, we filmed that final scene where the girl walks into the city and the city sunset and stops at the railing. And before the camera started shooting, like, I was standing by myself against the railing, everyone else kind of buzzing about and talking and planning things. And I just started sobbing. Like, at first it was like one of those, like, tears kind of running down your face slowly, silently, and then someone saw me, and as soon as someone saw me, I just burst into tears, like, sobbing. And it was because, like, I had been with her. Like, I had experienced the worst parts of her life with her, and this huge transition, and, like, the most important moments of her life with her, and then the best parts of her life with her. And then there came this point where the roads diverged, and I know that I'm never going to see her again, and I don't know what happens to her for the rest of her life. I know she's happy, and that's about it. And that's what's most important. I get it, but it's, like, really sad. And so, and meanwhile, I was also going through a super hard period of my life when I was filming Mystic, and Mystic itself, filming those days, was the best period of my life. So it was, like, this super conflicting thing where, like, there are all these emotions going on and all these experiences being had, and then to finally have to be like to her, yeah, it was devastating. I'm still having a hard time with it. Sorry, I'm reading everything you guys are saying. Thank you to everyone who is being so kind and, like, complimenting myself and Mystic. It really means a lot. How many times did you get a reading with the Mystic? Also, what about those tarot cards? I'm truly interested because I love tarot cards. I keep forgetting to post the tarot cards. I'm really sorry, guys. I will, I promise. Once these last few Mystic content bits are out, I'll post those tarot cards. The girl, I never got to have the reading with the Mystic that I wanted to in real life. Like, I've had meetings with psychics and mystics before, right? Some not. But the thing that inspired Mystic was me trying to get a reading and not being able to get it. It's a long story that I've told many times. But, the girl only goes, okay, so we see in The House Above the World, the girl going to see the Mystic, right? And then in Goodbye, we realize that the Mystic was actually a therapist the whole time. The reason she finally accepts that and we see that is because all these visuals are from her perspective. So we're seeing things as she's processing them and as she's perceiving them. And remember, especially back when she was suffering and in the darkness, she really deals with everything, and like I keep saying, in flashbacks and fantasies. And so she has to create this fantastical world around her when she finally goes to a therapist's office, where she perceives it as, like, this Mystic as, like, a goddess of wisdom, because a psychiatrist is someone who's supposed to, like, tell you what you are and how you're going to be and how you should improve your life, all these things, like a psychic would almost. And these self-help books and, like, you know, phrenology busts and all this stuff that you find in a psychiatrist's office are all essentially, like, might as well be these, like, mystic items, like the pigs, like fetal pigs in jars that we saw, or like the spooky stuff throughout the Mystic shop. So it's really just that she perceived a therapist as a psychic to help her cope. She perceived the surroundings as this Mystic shop to cope with the thing that she couldn't deal with, which is the idea of getting help. And then now she's in recovery and oxygen and Goodbye, and she finally reminisces on that experience at the Mystic shop and sees it for what it was, which is the meeting with the therapist. So I'm explaining things you guys probably already caught, but that's just my explanation of it. So, I know that the girl continued to go see the therapist. That's what we have in common. I know that she continued to take care of herself in that respect, blah, blah, blah. But it was that first meeting that she, perceived her as the psychic. Was it hard to tell your family about your diagnosis? Yeah, my mom was really the only person who knew everything I was going through my entire life. And then I slowly, made my dad aware. And then the rest of the families kind of found out through, all the publicity with Mystic and all that. I never really told anyone because I'm very private. I don't try and hide it, but, it'll be one thing if you ask and I'll tell you. But, I'm not trying to put it on Front Street, you know? Hi, everybody. Thank you for being so nice. Aren't I signed with Tech? Yeah, I'm signed to Strange Music, which is the same label Tech Nine's on, so yes. Is there still more to come for this era? Not really. It's kind of all out there now with the film. I mean, we'll release the film as the whole thing at some point. I know when. I'm not telling you when. And that'll be like the end, I suppose. But nothing, I think you've seen everything at this point. It's really sad. Of course, I'll like tour the songs and things like that, right? Whenever we can do that again. But yeah, everything that there is, like, I think you have the lyric breakdown for Goodbye left, and of course the film. And that'll be it. When's the next merch drop? You'll see. I'll tell you. I spy brown contact lenses. No, you see the blue ones that the Mystic wore. Yeah. Because the Mystic had blue eyes. Because, like, I naturally have blue eyes. Someone will argue with me and say they're green, like the usual. And they're, like, a weird blue-green color. But I wanted the Mystic to be so polar opposite of the girl that I wanted my eyes to be, like, blue. And it's dark in here. But when the light hits them, you're like, oh. So that's why I did the blue contacts for that. Hi, Dad. Hi, Terrence. Good to see you. I guess talk to you. Will there ever be a different version of the girl/evolved girl? No. Again, we saw all we're going to see of her with the visuals you've seen. Yeah. Oh, my God. It's so sad. Do I have a boyfriend? No. Can you explain where Fun came from? So Fun, which is the third song on the album, it's the third song in the first chapter, which is The Rabbit Hole. That is derivative of the idea, like, when you are suffering, like, you try, my coping mechanism at least is trying to convince myself that I'm not, and that I'm actually enjoying what I'm going through. And when you feel like you're going to kill yourself, like, there's this liberating sense of, now I can do whatever I want, because I don't have to answer to it, like, I'm going to be dead. So that's kind of what Fun's about, is, like, this, like, facade that you're enjoying the suffering because it's, like, liberating, but in reality it's kind of like the gilded cage, you know? Do I use hairspray? Did I use hairspray? No, I have dry shampoo in, though. If I don't put hairspray in straight hair. What's my sun and moon rising? I have it written down, but I don't have all my stuff. I don't have all my stuff memorized. All my astrology stuff memorized. Acoustic album, though. Okay, thank you, Ashley, for pointing out that I forgot something. Yeah, there may or may not be something with an acoustic version of these Mystic songs that we're working on. But we're kind of put on hold with Corona. Is it hard to know what you want to write because you think one thing is too dark or is too boring? No, not really. Sometimes. When something's worth writing, you'll know because you'll feel compelled to write about it and you won't be able to shake that feeling. So I'm confident when I feel that feeling. But when I'm just major writer's block, like, I try to write things and then I know they suck. So, like, I guess it's not hard to know what to write because you'll know when it sucks and you'll know when it's good. Mm-hmm. I thought the laugh at the end of the song was pretty dope. Like, it was a reassurance that there was no stopping you anymore. Can you describe the feeling behind that laugh? Yeah, so when I recorded like I always call it, it's the ugly duckling, and it's super, super hard to record. I recorded it like 4 times before I was like, oh my God, just master it. I don't care. I can't do it any better. And I think that laugh was kind of resignation, of just being like, like, I think it was like I said, like the 4th take where I was like, there we go. Like, that's it. So, it was not a planned moment. It was like after the take I laughed and I was like, hey, let's keep that in there. And I think it was like a frustrated laugh because I was like, I just want this to be done. Would I ever change my hair color? No, I wouldn't, because I fear change deeply. I thought you dyed your hair dark. No, it was a wig to signify the difference in character between me and the girl in the film. What's my second favorite food? Oh my God, sushi? Because my first favorite is lasagna. Okay. How many songs have you wrote? I have over 60 because I can't stop writing songs. Quite a few. I have so many songs. I don't even know. So many. What's the best part of Mystic in your opinion? The film or the album? Because the album is The House of the World, but the film is Goodbye. Have you ever thought about painting your face for a video? I think that would be awesome. That's Tech's thing, and I don't know if I can cop that, but, you know, he did a series of music videos that turned into a film after I came up with the idea for Mystic. So maybe I can copy Spain. We'll be even. Okay, so if questions are slowing down, or thank you for all the great questions, of course, but if we don't have too many more, I'll go ahead and hop off. So send anything you're thinking in, and I will answer it or address it. Hi, Harper. I'm really excited about this. I'm really sad it's over, but thank you guys so much for being along on this journey. It's really crazy. I hate the word journey because I think it's cheesy, but that's what it is. Hi, Shay. All right, so again, I'll hop off in the next couple minutes if there is no more questions and comments. How did I mount my phone? I have this Ouija board candle that it's sitting against. I used to have like a phone mount, but the magnet wouldn't stick on my new phone, though. And I posted a lyric breakdown for Goodbye tomorrow. I think that it comes out tomorrow, I'm pretty sure. I'd have to look at the posting schedule, but I'm like 99.9% sure it comes out tomorrow. When's the concert for Casey Mo? When are any of the concerts with Corona? Who knows? What's something a small singer like myself should focus on? I'll always say the same thing. Learn the business. It's called the music industry, the music business, for a reason. And like I always say the same thing. These executives, right? They'll talk at you, they'll talk through you, they'll talk over you, but they won't speak to you because they think you're stupid because you're an artist. And let's see, if you have a trifecta, then you're really screwed. If you're an artist, if you're a female, and if you're young especially, no one's going to speak to you like a human being with intelligence. So learn the business, always know more about it than people think you know, and you'll be prepared to take care of yourself. Otherwise, you're going to get screwed. Okay, are you ever going to come to South Texas? So I'll say the same thing to this, like I always say when people say, are you going to come here? Will you come here? When is the show for here? As soon as I have dates announced, I will tell you, and you'll know when they are because they'll be on all my socials, they'll be on the website, everything. If there are no dates announced you know about, that means they don't exist. I will never say I'm never coming to your state or city. I will come eventually. I just don't know yet. Do I ever do my nails? Usually I have, like, you must be new. Usually I have, like, 1.5 long red acrylics, but the Rona. Am I proud of myself? With Mystic, yes. I have really low self-esteem, as I've said many times, because I'm just honest with you guys. So, like, in general, but with Mystic, yeah. I have trouble knowing if I should show my parents what I write because I'm scared they won't like it. Do you have any advice? Listen, the place you got to get in with it is you genuinely just have to decide, as long as I like it, no one else's opinion matters. You want your parents to like your music. I get that. You want people around you. You want strangers. You want people to like your music, and I hear that. But the only opinion, in my belief, that actually matters is yours. Because if you have any doubt, then every other criticism that comes from other people is going to just wreck you. But if you have full confidence in it and you love it, then other people aren't going to be able to take you down from that. So, did I get my doll yet? You're talking about my haunted spirit doll. And no, it hasn't come yet. As soon as it does, you guys will know. How do I learn that? How do I learn what? Okay, so Just You I Am wants to know how the next album is coming along. If I could be in the studio, it would really be coming along, but alas, Corona. So as soon as I get back in the studio, I'll be good. I write my songs at the studio in the parking lot, so like unless I'm there, I'm like for songwriting. So I don't know. Do I think I'll ever take over my father's business? Only time can tell. If anyone was going to take over, it'd be me. I mean, he's not going to give it to anyone other than me because it's always been the plan. So it's how we work. We're like, so what is your next part of this journey, and what about the third eye pendant, and also what's your favorite song from Mystic? From Bailey. Hi, Bailey. So the next part of this journey is we close the chapter that is Mystic and we move on to something different. The third eye pendant, this represents Mystic, so I'll always have it and I'll always love it and I'll always wear it, but it, the next era will have its own thing, I'm sure. Not saying it's going to be a huge pendant like this, so rest easy, Dad, but yeah. So, and then what's my favorite song of Mystic? The House Above the World. Thank you guys for all the compliments. I appreciate it. Am I going to have Tech 9 on this album? Nah, I don't really like doing features on my albums. How long do I spend getting ready for a live? Like 20 minutes, 30 minutes? Depends. Like sometimes like I do fun stuff like purple eyeshadow and things like that, and that'll make it take like 2 seconds longer. But it doesn't take that long unless I'm like doing my hair. But this is just how we rolled out of bed today, plus a little dry shampoo. So have I unchecked my whole life? Yes. Was there anything that was missed or not talked about in the video, like Easter eggs? It's hard to say because there was like a ton of them. Like, for example, she picks up a tiny copy of Dante's Inferno in the House of the World, which I think is like the moral of that story is very similar, like in the journey, because it's about a journey through trial and tribulation, this entire film. So that was one little guy. You'll notice that she picks up an owl, like in the Mystic shop during the House of the World, and an owl feather is on the cover. So they spotlight a butterfly that's on there in the Mystic shop. Like there were a lot of Easter eggs there, and there's like some throughout. So if you catch one and want to ask me about it, go ahead. Like you can always DM me or say something on live, blah blah blah. But I'm not gonna give all of them away because I want there to be stuff for you guys to discover. Whatever happened to those Mackenzie Nicole candy bars from a couple years ago? We used to have those, but I don't think they were ever for sale. I think it was just like a for us thing, but they're pretty cute. Do I have a boyfriend? No. Thank you guys for being so sweet. Did you know that you were going to be signed to Strange Music, or did I try other labels first? It's always been a Strange Music thing. I've been working with Strange my entire life. They're obviously my first recorded thing ever was a feature for Tech 9 for the song Demons, featuring myself and 36 Mafia. So I've only ever worked with Strange artists. Like it was natural step, and plus it's a very safe space for me because this label was started in my basement. So it was like always going to be a thing for me. What's the first thing I'm gonna do once this pandemic is done? Good question, Shay. Go to a coffee shop. Like Jesus, I just want to overpay for a latte and sit amongst strangers. So bad. Ah! Is there something in the videos that's important that you think we missed? I was really concerned about the grand reveal at the end with the Mystic being a therapist because I didn't know if people would catch it or not. Because, like, if you're only passively engaged, I think you can just be like, okay, you know what I mean? And, like, not put two and two together. And that's not me insulting people's intelligence, but a lot of people just aren't actively engaged viewers or listeners, you know? So that's my biggest concern is that people miss that because it's, like, the point. You know, like, it's the point of the visuals. So I worry about that. And then I worry that people, like Goodbye is really the one that I'm concerned about people misinterpreting. Because, like, the point of Goodbye is, like, you see her in the red lit, like, you see this, her in her new apartment in this, like, drinking and taking pills, like, in this red lit room that's very similar to A Cut Rose and Tap Water. And it's not saying she relapsed, though. It opens with her sitting at the vanity. And then after those scenes, she's sitting at the vanity still. So that's meant to express that it was her reminiscing on the possibility of relapse, which is kind of a segue out of Pick Out a Cloud, that's what Pick Out a Cloud's about. And then, so I was worried people might misinterpret that as her relapsing, and it's just her considering that she could. So those are a few things that I'm worried about. Do I have any tattoos? No, because I fear commitment. It's probably not haunted, speaking of the spirit doll I bought. I don't believe in paranormal, but, like, if it is, that's cool. And it's very on brand for me to have a haunted spirit doll. And, you know, I must protect my aesthetic. What's the quarantine in KC Mill like? No, I don't think anyone's taking it seriously, unfortunately. I think they should. I'm not sure. If you are in KC and you're, like, taking it seriously, like, thank you. But, like, I've seen a lot of people just out and about with non-essential things. Your brother's in the running, too, you know? You're talking about taking over Strange? No, he's not. He's very smart and very talented, but it's always been me. And that's not me being rude. My brother my brother's a genius, and he's going to do incredible things, but the plan has always been, like, I've always been my dad's, like, right hand when it comes to this stuff. Like, it's not changing. And it always cracked me up because there's this like funny thing that happened when my brother was born, and I was 12 years old, and everyone would say, it's next CEO right there, and my parents always say, no, you're 12 years late on that one, because everyone has this like weird sexist ingrained idea that the boy is going to be the one who takes over the dad's business, and that's just not how this works here. What is your song by you? I'm not sure I understand what you're saying. Any collabs with UBI? Me and Ubi, and like me and Sess, so Ubi and Gotti, did a collab called Hero a number of years ago. That's pretty nice. Will it be in Strange Music Store, and where did you get it? I assume you're talking about the eye pendant. There will be a version of it perhaps in Strange Music Store. Right now we have it as enamel pins, and I almost gave away something. Nope. And a few like other goods that have it on there, but I don't know if we'll have pendants themselves. We'll see. But I got it at our jeweler, KC Jewelry, out in Los Angeles. They're amazing. They're amazing jewelers, and I love them. Who do I have on this album? Myself. It was completely made by myself and Seven. No one else ever has done anything on it. Ever thought about doing a rap verse? Not quite like tech, but just rap. Oh yeah, I'll do a rap verse maybe someday eventually. How do I like my eggs? I like them poached on like Eggs Benedict. I like them scrambled with cheese and onion. That's what my dad does, and I've always liked it. I like them over easy, like sunny side up. I'm cool with eggs no matter how they're prepared. You know, they're nice. Are there any songs that didn't make it onto Mystic besides Coming for Blood? So Coming for Blood was the only one that like didn't make it onto Mystic, and that was simply because it wasn't recorded for Mystic. It was kind of thrown in there, and then we replaced it with a song that was recorded for Mystic. So I didn't even consider that one being cut. You know what I mean? But no, everything that was recorded was put on there. What's my nationality? Mayonnaise white. Like I'm like Croatian, and like my name's Mackenzie Nicole, so I'm like Irish, and like Scottish, and like all the white people stuff, and then Native American, but like, you know, yeah, nothing too exciting there. I don't really know, like we're kind of mutts, so like I don't really know what all we are. We should do like some DNA service, but like I'm kind of suspicious that those like 23andMe and like Ancestry.com, like all those things where they like take your spit and tell you what you are I'm nervous that they're like fake, because like that'd be a pretty easy scam. Anyway, here we go. I'm reading everything you guys are saying. How tall am I? 5'3" 3/4 with shoes. If I were granted a chance to relive one moment in my life, what would it be? I would relive the filming of Mystic. I loved that. That's not one moment, but like if I could relive like a thing that happened filming Mystic, that was the happiest I've ever been. Would I want to do another visual album? I have one planned, but I'm not going to do it for a while because my spirit cannot endure another album like Mystic right now. But I have the next concept album / visual series planned that I'll do. I think I'll probably do it in my late 20s, early 30s, but maybe I'll be ready for it before then, but you gotta wait a while. But it's brilliant. It's amazing. You guys are gonna miss it. Like, you're gonna miss me doing concept albums because this next one's gonna like rally up. It's gonna be cool. How do I get noticed by a record label, or just how do I just get noticed? Really, especially in digital age, it's all about just putting out music, making yourself aware of how the business part works, shooting your shot whenever you can, but doing it tastefully, not being obnoxious, because the number one way to get blacklisted is to harass people. It's ridiculous. Just mind your P's and Q's and be considerate, and like make friends in the music industry, and don't always don't make friends with the intent to get like something from them. Like, make friends with other artists, make friends with executives, things like that. Check in on them, not just when you need something. Making friends that are authentic, genuine people that you like mess with and like is, I think, how you elevate yourself and progress in this industry, because that artificial friendship should only get you so far. How many times do I do live videos? So I've done one after every video release for Mystic, and I do one, like, since quarantine started, I've done one every Sunday and Wednesday at 7 p.m. Central, just to, like, talk about quarantine and stuff, and, like, give us all a safe space to bitch about it. And, like, this Wednesday, I'm going to have someone on. I'm not going to say who, but we're going to talk about something in common that quarantine has affected for us. I think it'll be interesting for you guys. I'm going to do one where I just talk about organizations where you can help out, things like that. Just trying to, like, aid from where, like, do what I can with what I have, where I am, you know what I mean? Challenging thing in making, what is the most challenging thing in making all the videos in terms of makeup, wigs, contacts, etc.? I was terrified when we bought the wig and the contacts and all that. It was just going to look like me with a shitty wig and shitty contacts in. It ended up not. Like, Heidi, my stylist, who's also like my friend and my makeup artist and blah, blah, blah. She is amazing and she like killed it. But I was worried, like, not because I didn't trust her, but just in general, because I think I didn't trust myself to, like, transform into the role. That was the thing that was most scary, is, like, worrying I wouldn't be able to get into, like, transform into the role. So really, getting out of my own head was the hardest part. How was the first time collaborating with Tech? I mean, it was good. I mean, I don't have much to say about it. I was 9, and I've known Tech my entire life. So, like, it was cool, because it was like, first time recording. But it wasn't like, oh my god, I'm recording with Tech 9. Like, I've never had that attitude about it. I am answering everything you guys are saying as fast as I can. Do I think time travel is possible? Here's the thing. It's very possible. Like, I have this whole thing about it. It's a whole theory that I learned from a theology and media class when I was in high school. It was really crazy. But the thing with time travel is that it's very possible that there are successful time travelers that traveled back in time, or most likely forward in time, because forward in time is more plausible than back in time if you think about it mathematically, which I'll get into some other time in scientific theory. But if they travel forward in time, we wouldn't know that they traveled forward in time because we have not hit the future yet. Traveling back in time is virtually impossible if you think about it. But I'll get into this another day. I have a very long rant about this. How did I meet Kelly? So I assume you're talking about best friend Kelly. My best friend and I met because I went to this amazing school called St. Teresa's Academy in Kansas City. It's an amazing college prep school. I love it. Such a good place. And she transferred there her sophomore year. And I thought she hated me at first. But turns out now we're best friends. So that worked out. What's the daily life of Mackenzie Nicole? Right now, cleaning and organizing things, working. Not really a lot to do now. Like, daily life kind of looks like everybody's right now. What's my shoe game like? I got some cool stuff. I got some whack stuff, but I got some cool stuff too. I have the same clothes and shoes where I ironically like ugly things, and if something's hideous, I'll buy it because it's so ugly that I love it. So there are some things I own and I'm like, that's so disgusting, it's amazing. But I think I got some cool stuff. I got some limited edition Vogue Anna Wintour Jordans. I got my Gucci boots that I love. I got some cool red bottoms. I got some cool stuff that's high-end name brand, but I also got the Air Force ones, these high top ones that my friend Brandon got me that are insane, that are super hard to find. Some cool stuff that's wow, you need to go after that. But I also got some really basic stuff. So I'm not one of those people who's a name brand only person. I appreciate fancy stuff, but I also would be fine thrifting for everything. So I just like cool stuff, you know. How do you make music so good and cool? Thank you. I don't know. What's my favorite arm wrestling record? What? Have I ever considered a live where it isn't about Mystic or the virus, but nothing off limits kind of Q&A where your fans can learn about you personally? That's kind of how I am about all the Q&As. I suggest hey, our focus is Mystic, but if you ask me about something random, I'll answer it. So at any point, you can ask me anything you want, and I'll probably tell you the answer. Hey Shay, hope you guys are doing well too. Haven't seen you in forever, but once this is all over, I'd love to talk some more. Or we can talk now, but once this is all over, we'll send each other stuff and it'll be cool. All-time favorite movie is The Godfather. I love mob movies. I think they're amazing. I love mob movies and horror movies. It's the third eye pendant custom made. Yes, it was. I designed it, and this is gold, this is mother of pearl, sapphire, obsidian. I designed it. They created it at Casey Jewelry. It was amazing. The light up shoes are cool. Yeah, I have these silver metallic shoes and the soles light up, so that's what Derek's referencing. Do I know how to cook? I mean, I can make edible food. I'm not saying I'm good at it, but I know how, technically. Do I have a favorite song from the whole label? Come Gangsta by Tech is the best song he's ever done. I have a favorite song for each of the artists, but I think Come Gangsta, if I had to pick from the entire label, would be it. How many naps did I take today? Surprisingly, none yet. I'm amazed at that. I'm not, I've been sleeping really poorly lately. I've been, my sleep schedule's super messed up, but I think all of ours are right now. But, you know, like, I'm feeling pretty awake, surprisingly. So I'm going to be helping me on the next album / project. Yes, he is. I want to send you my horror film script. Can I send it in an email? Yes. Mackenzie, spelled like my name, at strangemusicinc.com. What was your favorite video to make? God, I loved all of them so much. I loved Pieces from 5 Months, 4 Days because Marcus and I had a good time, or at least I did. I don't know if Marcus did, but I did. Happy was cathartic. Goodbye. The House of the World was the hardest one to make. Or The House of the World / Goodbye. Like, All Things of the Mystic was hard. Like, that day just kind of sucked. That was, like, the last day of filming, and for some reason, it was just, like, the day where I was, like, everything hit the fan. Like, we'd had problems some other days, like, small ones, but that was the day where I was, like, and, like, they were all fun. It's hard to say. If I DM you, would you really answer? I have a lot of DMs I need to get to, so it may take a minute, but I will eventually answer, most likely, unless it's something stupid. Is Seven producing the next album? As far as I'm concerned, yeah. If there's another producer who comes along with some cool stuff, like, I'm not saying it's off limits, but, like, Seven and I are working together so far. What am I going to do for workouts? Or what am I doing for workouts? Right now? Listen, quarantine has got me a little depressed, so. But usually I do a lot of yoga. I have an amazing trainer named Terrence. His thing's Precise Fitness. I want to say 76 on here. I follow him, so just look up Precise in my followings and you'll see it. But he's amazing. I work with him, just started working with him. He's really great. I don't know anything about fitness, and he's taught me a lot, so that's anything he says to do is what I do. What was your favorite book, Heart of Darkness or Happy Death? I love them both equally for different reasons. Heart of Darkness I read when I was a sophomore in high school, and I had an amazing literature teacher named Dr. Himes. He's really crazy. I probably shouldn't have put his name out there like that. Sorry. But he was really cool at STA, and I learned so much with that. That was amazing. But Happy Death, like, inspired, like, The House of the World from Happy Death inspired me so deeply on so many levels. I'd say they probably are about equal. Have I been liking the Jeep? Woo! I love my truck, man. I love that Jeep. It's so cool. It's so pimped out. Like, it is sick. I love it. What are my biggest purchases? House, car, or clothes or shoes? I probably purchased, like, listen, it's hard to say. And I feel weird answering money questions. So, you know, you never know. I should do a live music performance on here? Yeah, that'd be awesome. Could I possibly do a how to do tarot live lesson? I actually am learning right now, so I'm probably not the person to do it. But once I have it, like, maybe one day I could. I really, really would like to get it down. I have a truck since when? So, I have 2 cars. I have my Mustang, and then I have a Jeep. And I got the Jeep for Christmas from my parents. Which artist from Strange Music is so much like family it's scary, other than Tech and Chris? I don't know. It's hard. Like, I'm really close with a lot of the artists. I'm really close with Prozac. I'm really close with Joey Cool. I'm really close with Scooby. I'm really close with everyone pretty much, but, like, I'm closer more with some than others just because of how long they've been around or how much I've seen them. So it's hard to say. Okay, guys, I'm going to wrap up in the next couple minutes, so send in everything you need to say. If I could pick any place to live on the planet besides Casey Mo, where would I choose to live? Oh, New York City, of course. Like every Midwestern girl who wants to do the arts, I'm going to be in New York. I want to get a tattoo of the symbol. Oh, I want to get a tattoo of the symbol because Mystic moved me so much. That's insane, man. That'd be crazy. I know, like, a couple people who are planning on getting this tattooed, and that is insane to me. Like, this means so much to me. And if I were going to get a tattoo, this is what I'd get. I would get, like, that's one of, like, my top 3. It's probably my top. So if I were going to get a tattoo, this is what I would get. So that's majorly flattering. Thanks for making me a part of your life like that, or potentially making me a part of your life like that. I might be too young, but I've been wanting to be on Strange Man. How old are you? If you don't mind me saying. Do I like Jeezy's music? There are songs here and there that I like. I'm not, like, a crazy avid fan, but I also haven't heard that much of his music in several years. So there are, like, songs like Say Less that I really like, but I haven't heard his music in a long time. What's my favorite TV show? The Sopranos. Are standards high to be signed as strange? Oh yeah, very high standards. Happy birthday, Jaden. Where would I put the mystic tattoo? I only like tattoos on hands for me. Like, if I were going to get tattoos, they'd be on my hands or on my wrists. So I'd probably get it right here. If I were going to get tattoos, I'd get baby girl across my knuckles and then the eye right here. Or maybe the eye on, like, one of my knuckles or something. I don't know. But it would be, like, I'm very particular about what I could see on me. But I'm not getting tattoos, so it doesn't really matter, I guess. I'm only 10, but I'm a pretty good singer. Hey, you never know what could happen. I mean, when you're older, most likely, because we don't really put kids out in the entertainment industry like that because it's, like, horrifying. And when you're older, you're a little bit better equipped to work with that. It's not an insult to your maturity or age. It's just true. You're less likely to get caught up in the bad crowds and be exploited. But, yeah, just keep working at it. You never know what could happen. I'm proud of you. So do I watch Tiger King at all? Listen, I've been following the Joe Exotic stories since September of 2018 because I listened to the last podcast on the left. So this is nothing new to me, but I am watching. I literally have it pulled up on my TV right now because I was watching it before I got on live. Yes, I'm watching Tiger King. OMG, you have to get the baby girl tattoo. Honestly, like, if I got a tattoo, it would be, I don't know what I'd do first. I'd have to do both because I love them both, but those are, like, I don't know if I'd do the eye or baby girl first. I would love to get baby girl on my knuckles, though. Because you're talking about tattoos, would you be creeped out if any of your fans got tattoos based on you, like a mystic tattoo or something? Oh, not at all. Someone has my face tattooed on them, so after that, fair game. Who's my favorite artist on Strange? Cannot pick among my brothers. How can I improve my singing? I'm really probably not the person to talk to because I took opera lessons since I was 6. Like, I'm classically trained, but really I always encourage everyone to learn, be classically trained. There's some really amazing vocal coaches out there. You really have to vet them, make sure they're legit, because a lot of people claim to be classically trained and aren't. But once you learn all the technique and how to sing correctly, it helps you break the rules. What made me want to do music? I've just always been doing it. It's, like, been a thing. Like I always say, hum before I could talk. Been singing opera since I was 6. Like, it just was gonna happen. Mackenzie, what is something we share in common? I do not know you. I do not know. Is there a clear picture of the eye symbol that I could give to you? Yeah, I can put one out there. Sorry, we were paused for a second. Any new tracks with Prozac coming? None planned, but I'm sure we'll work together again. We love working together. At least I love working with him. I think it's mutual. Since this is the last Mystic Specific Live, are there any final thoughts you have to give us now that it's over? I'm so sad. I'll go ahead and I'll address that in a couple minutes and make that the last thing I say before I sign off. Thank you, Ashley. Where am I from? Casey Mo. We share the same birthday. Okay, thank you, Joey. Hi, Giovanni. Yeah, man, it's been a long time since I've heard from you. I'll go ahead and sign off right now. If you guys have any questions, send them up, but I'm going to talk real quick. With Mystic, like I said earlier, as long as you love something, it doesn't matter what anyone else's opinion is, when it comes to your art. But there was a part of me with Mystic that thought, like, what if I am absolutely wrong? Like, what if it is not what I think it is? And I wasn't concerned about it in the respect that it would ruin it for me. Like, I knew that I would love it no matter what. But I thought, like, what if it's not this thing that I've made it up to be? What if it's not, like, this legendary thing that could really help people and all stuff that I've been told and heard and thought of? And then, even before it was released, like, I always tell a story of, like, I had played in meetings, things like that, with these music executives and stuff, or for people I know, and every single time someone would be like, hey, listen, like, I heard this song, and I'm going through a divorce right now, and I really, really felt it, or, hey, I'm a single dad with 5 kids, I get it, or, like, I'm bipolar also, thank you for writing about it, and I totally get it, and, like, it was always this thing that people would not have shared with me if I hadn't played this album for them. and that they would have otherwise, if I hadn't played this for them, hadn't learned that about them, they would have just been someone I met in passing at a meeting, and then they turned into this person I knew something about and had a connection with suddenly. So as that kept happening, I had faith that Mystic would be something important to people. And then now I have these experiences, now that it's out, where I was scared when it came out, when the visuals started coming out, because again, it meant so much to me, and it means so much to me, and you just want your kid to do okay, you know? I say kid, Mystic's, like, so much smarter than me, but you know what I mean, something I created. You just want to do okay, and again, it doesn't mean you're gonna love it less, but it'd be cool if people liked it, and I was afraid people wouldn't understand the visuals, or that I'd mess them up, and that, like, it's just, there were so many levels of worry. I was worried with making the visuals because I thought I'd ruined them somehow. I just didn't know if I could live up to the responsibility of delivering this album and making this art. And then when it got released to you guys and it became yours also, you guys immediately evaporated all those fears and all those concerns. Like, the amount of love and care with which you guys received Mystic was absolutely life-changing for me. Made me feel obviously very loved. And very appreciated and very understood. It created connections that I had no idea I would receive through you guys and with you guys. I did my TED Talk, and it was entirely, like, Mystic is what made that happen. Like, it's what my audition tape was. It's what I performed on Mystic. It's what I talked about during the TED Talk, and that was insane. That was one of the best experiences of my life, and that caused even more connectivity and beauty in my life, and that was a lifelong goal accomplished because of Mystic. And so all this to say that Mystic is, like, the best thing I've ever done. Like, it is the single best thing that's come from my existence. Like, it's the only thing I've ever done that I have 100% confidence in and really believe in. And like I said earlier, at a time when I'd always felt like I was worthless and that I couldn't make anything of value, and I still have those feelings a lot at the time, I created Mystic. And like I said earlier, like, I believe that it's good, and I believe it's, like, beautiful. And if I can make something I believe is beautiful, maybe a piece of me is beautiful somewhere. So that's, like, I don't know, it's been really life-changing, and it wouldn't have been nearly as life-changing, I don't think, as it ended up being if it weren't for you guys. So I guess the thing I have to say is thank you, because you guys have taken such good care of her, and you've really cared about her and the girl and the Mystic, and you guys have made this experience so unbelievable in so many ways. Like, it was already incredibly crazy and incredibly changing, and then you guys took and multiplied that tenfold. And so, you know, I appreciate you guys. I could not be where I am right now without you guys. And then finally, the last thing I want to say is that Prozac and I did a song together years ago called These Hands. And what it's about is that people always message us, not always, but often, and they say, like, this music saved my life, or this music really meant a lot to me and it helped me through this, or helped me through that. And people say thank you to us, but in reality, we should be thanking you, because when two hands connect, that means you're both reaching out, both directions, it's mutual. And what's therapy for you is actually therapy for us too, sometimes more so. And this is really the case with Mystic. So I guess I'll leave it at that. I owe you guys life. Thank you guys so much. And with that, I guess we conclude the last Mystic related live out of 12 or something. It's sad, you know, and it kind of feels like the era is kind of starting to close out, but it's really not. Like, just remember that. If you're as attached to Mystic as I know some of you are, and as I am, just know it's never going to be over. This will always be alive. I'm never going to put Mystic to rest. It is always going to live on in my career, and I'm never going to shut up about it. So yes, the videos are out. Yes, that part is over, but it's not really. So thank you guys. I love you. Bye.